Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Okay, now how are you? How are you all? Everything fine? Are we ready for a new topic? And the topic is, if you remember, I talked about this in my previous video, that we are going to learn program development life cycle. By the way, what is coming to your mind when you hear the term life cycle? You have studied it in science, isn't it? Yes, something that is going to move from one stage to another, which is in continuity. So something similar to this one is going to be what we are going to study in computer science, and that is dealing with a program. For example, if I'm asked to design a program, definitely I need to go through certain stages. I will not start it immediately. I'll think about certain things. I'll think about certain factors. And based on the answers to those questions, only then I'll be in a position to design or code a program. So this is what we are going to learn. And even if this same thing is applicable to you also, although it is done on a smaller scale, but if you talk about the larger scale, at every stage we are following the program development life cycle. What it is, we're going to study here. It is divided into 5 stages. And which are those 5 stages? Let's see. The first stage is analysis. The second stage is design. The third stage is coding. The fourth stage is testing. And the fifth one is maintenance. Analysis, design, coding, testing, and maintenance. Okay, we're going to study these one by one, but let's learn the terms so that you understand and answer into any type of question that comes in the paper. The same thing is shown in some other way also. You can see first one is analysis, then we go to design, then we go to coding, and then we go to testing, and then we go to maintenance. And this process is going to be in continuity, and that is why we call it program development life cycle. Clear? Is the main concept, the main thing regarding the terms clear? So we are in a position to move forward. And let's talk about each and every stage one by one. Okay, now what is analysis? If I ask you, what is coming to your mind? Analyzing, analysis. I mean, has anyone got any idea about the term analysis? Like analysis of the result? Like, for example, if one student has in the first test hasn't performed well, and in the second test he performs a little better. So I'm going to analyze his performance from the first test and the second test, and I will analyze and may predict certain improvements and may predict certain things for him. And this is what analysis is about. Now, let's see, this was simple analysis in real life. Now, let's talk about what do we mean by analysis in program development lifecycle. Now, before we are given any problem, by the way, again, I'm repeating it. We talked about something similar to this one earlier also. That what do you think is a problem? Yes, exactly. Problem does not mean something that is, you can say, a very big problem sort of thing, like Kashmir problem or Palestine problem or something like that. Any task that is given to you is treated as a problem here. So before any problem is being solved, what we do is we first of all sit and find out how will we solve the problem? How will we go about solving the problem? Even very small tasks, like for example, even if I say I'm making a cup of tea, so that also involves certain steps to be followed, like making a cup of tea is also a problem. In the context that I have to solve it, I have to work on it. It's a task that is given to me. Changing the clothes, getting ready for school, anything that you are doing, getting ready for a party, or completing your assignments or completing your homework. Every single task in our life is a problem, is treated as a problem for the reason because we have to solve it. We have to think of certain measures to solve the problem. So then what we need to do is we need to identify it clearly, and we are going to find out the solution to the problem. And this is also called requirement specification. Like what the organization requires, what the organization expects us to do, and that is going to be the analysis. Like I'm going to sit with the management, I'm going to sit with the person for whom I'm designing the program, and I'll ask him specifically that, tell me completely clearly that what are your requirements? What do you want to do? I mean, same thing is applicable to you. For example, we have been doing pseudocode writing. We will be doing more pseudocode writing, inshallah. So you will be actually going through this, and you will know, okay, whenever I'm giving you a question, you will first ask, Miss, what is the requirement? What should I do? An incomplete question will be useless for you. So the same thing is, you're going to sit with the managers, you're going to ask them, what do you want? And only then you'll be in a position to solve their problem. Now, how does it start actually? Okay, now there are a few terms that and the terms are only discussed here. The terms are only written here, but you need to understand it's very simple. Feasibility study. What is it actually? How feasible is the problem to be resolved? For example, if they say that you have to design a problem for this one, and this environment is something that is, I can say, you think that if you find out the solution to the problem, then it will be something which is not going to be beneficial for the organization. Like maybe they are working on that part of the project that is no more in use. So we actually do what we first of all always find out the feasibility. Like, for example, if I talk about with respect to you people, you inshallah will be taking admission in the college or the university. So you will be actually talking about your feasibility also. You'll be figuring it out that whether whatever you are thinking about will be feasible for you, will be suitable for you. That is feasibility study. So analysis is always beginning with feasibility study. And then once we have understood the problem, we have prepared the feasibility study, then we go for investigation. And please don't consider this investigation to be something like the police investigation or something like that. It's simply dealing with asking questions, because until and unless you have questioned the people who are working in the organization, who are the stakeholders, you will not be in a position to actually solve the problem. So what we do as the problem solvers, we investigate, we find out the different things happening in the environment. We perform this task by the way, what comes to your mind? How can I actually do this investigation? I want to figure out how the things are happening in the organization. So what comes to your mind? How can I actually find out all the factual information, all the facts? Speak. Yes, please answer. Anything that comes to your mind. I mean, it's whether it's wrong or right, no problem. We are here just to learn. Okay, that's great. We are going to perform. We are going to ask the people, means that we are going to interview them, correct? One is observation. You can simply observe that how the things are going on, definitely. And beside this, one more thing is, if the organization still has some data available, maybe in the form of physical files or maybe in the form of some computerized data, maybe they are working on some older software, and now they want to move on to the new environment. They want to actually upgrade themselves or update their software. So if they already have some working going on computer, then we can even question them that how the work is being done. So these all are the means through which you will be able to figure out the problem. You'll be able to think how the problem will be resolved. Just remember, this is also the analysis stage. Okay, now one more thing is, the analysis stage is going to use abstraction and decomposition. And what is it? That is coming next for the explanation. Any questions regarding this? We have talked about analysis, that is requirement specification. We talked about the analysis stage is going to move through the feasibility study, investigation, fact-finding, so that we are able to actually understand what the problem is and how to resolve the problem. So once I am done with this, what I do is I'll go to abstraction and decomposition. What is abstraction actually? Very simple. Abstraction is going to keep only the key elements required, and it will ignore, discard any unnecessary details. I mean, for example, if you have to move from one place to another, for example, you are living at one place and you have to move to your friend's place who is living maybe on the north side of your home. So you will ignore all the other map routes, or you will ignore all the other areas, because your destination is towards the north side. And same is applicable. Like, for example, if you are going for maybe some sort of vacations. So if your destination is any particular area, so you are going to use the map, and you will only concentrate on your destination area, and you will ignore the other map areas because they are not required at the moment. So that is actually called abstraction. Okay, it's very simple. Just concentrating on whatever you need to work on, whatever is required is my only area of concern, and whatever is not needed, I'm going to discard it, I'm going to ignore it, because that is not needed at the moment. In order to solve the problem, whatever is needed is going to be my priority. What is decomposition? Again, if you have, maybe you have studied this term anywhere in sciences. So decomposition, the concept of decomposition is the same as you studied there, but here decomposition means breaking down a complex problem into smaller parts. And then these smaller parts can then be subdivided into even smaller parts, and then so that they are able to be resolved easily. And this will continue until no further division is possible. By the way, one more topic that is going to be talked about regarding decomposition is going to be structure chart and structure diagram, and other stuff also, which we will be talking about later. But just to tell you that what is decomposition, dividing the main task into subtasks, and that is going to be your can say the definition of decomposition. Now, just an example of any daily task, like for example, dressing up or getting dressed. So what you do, don't you follow the stages? First of all, if you want to maybe go to the party, so very first thing that we do is we select the items to wear. Like for example, if it's a friend's party, then my dressing will be different. If it's some maybe some other family gathering, my dressing will be different. So this is what is the idea behind that you are going to select the items to wear. And what you will do is definitely whatever you are wearing, you will remove it. You are not going to wear the new clothes on the old clothes. You will be removing your old clothes or already worn clothes, and you will be putting on the items in an order. That is what is the sequence. See, a simple task that we do and we don't even know. Unintentionally, we all are following this process of decomposition in our daily life all the time. We are actually dividing the main task into subtasks without knowing we are performing this decomposition. Are we clear? Any questions regarding the terms abstraction and decomposition? Abstraction is concentrating on the key elements, whatever is required, and ignoring what is not required. And decomposition means breaking down the main task into subtasks. Now we are moving on. We are done with analysis. Now, AD, analysis, design. What is design actually? After we are through with the analysis stage, we have moved on to design stage, and here the designing will be done. And what is the designing phase involving? It is done either, like, again, remember, this is actually formally documented. You are going to prepare a document in which you are going to present the problem design by using structure chart, state transition diagrams, flow charts, and pseudocode. Now, we are going to discuss these individually. Like if I tell you structure chart is already being discussed, a little bit of it. So you can watch the video for structure charts just to make the concept clearer. Same case is the flowcharts also. The video for flowcharts will be coming very soon, so you can understand how the flowcharts are being worked upon. And pseudocode is a lot of videos regarding pseudocode writing, like for example, the instructions that you need to follow, the different logics that you have worked on. And beside this, the counting, totaling, maximum, minimum, finding out the programming main programming concepts are already being discussed, and you can watch those videos also for your own reference. If you have understood it, if you're facing any problem, then please do watch the videos of structure chart, state transition diagrams, flow chart, and pseudocode, just to make the concept very clear. So what we do is, once we are done with the analysis, we are going to draw structure chart. We are going to draw state transition diagrams. We can work with flow charts, or we can even work with pseudocode writing, or we can work with a mixture. So this is what is going to be done before we formally work on our coding. By the way, coding and testing. What is coding actually? We are hearing this term quite often, coding. Coding means writing down the program using any programming language. Now, please be very clear. I am through with my designing phase. Now is the time to actually implement that thing, and that is done. The process is called coding. Coding the program means that you're going to choose any programming language that you are well versed in, and you are going to design a program to solve the problem of the organization, to solve the problem so that it is going to work efficiently. They can get the benefit out of it. And once you have designed the program, you don't give it to the managers directly. What should we be doing is we're going to perform the testing. By the way, what is testing? I mean, real life also, we talk about the testing. Like, for example, you people being tested before you take up your any board exam, isn't it? Like, we test you first, and once we are happy with your results of the testing, only then we say that now you're ready to go for the exam. So this is testing. You talk about testing, for example, if you have any gathering and you have arranged maybe some sort of mic, etc. So before it formally begins, then don't you test the working of the mic? Talking about school functions, we do always test the mic, that whether it's working properly or not. So this testing is a continuous process. I mean, we keep on testing. We keep on putting in imaginary data. We keep on putting some test data so that we can see how the program responds. And please, one more thing is, it's a very important concept that is used at every level, like O levels, A levels, everywhere. This question is being, can say, asked. So you need to know what is test data, like normal, abnormal, extreme, and boundary. But still, you can watch the video for test data also, that the concept the concept is becoming very clear to every one of us. Now, again, we are going to test our program. I've designed the program. I've coded the program. I'll test the program. I'll see that whether it's doing the result properly or not. Is it working as per the requirement or not? So what you will do is, you can also talk about the testing data. You need to know the data types also, so that you can understand how the work will be done. So a lot of things are going to be considered before the testing is being done. And this process of testing is iterative. That means that you are going to perform these tests regularly. Modular tests are conducted. The code is amended, and tests are repeated until the module performs as required. Like, for example, you have performed a test, you have entered some data, and you have got the result. Maybe in some situations the result is correct, and in others you are not getting the desired result. So what you will do, will you hand over the work directly? What do you think? And shouldn't you be going for some amendments? Shouldn't you be going for some changes? So this is what will be done here, that you are going to amend the program, you are going to make changes in the program, and then you're going to test the program once again. And you will keep on repeating the process until your program, your module is performing the task as needed. You will keep on testing the data. And since this is a repetitive process, it's iteration. That's why this sort of testing is called iterative testing. And definitely it will not be forever. Definitely, that makes sense. Thank you very much, Ali, for raising this question. So definitely, I am entering the test data. I've coded, fine, perfect. I've entered the test data, fine. In some scenarios, the result is coming correct, but in others, it's not coming correct. So what I will do is, I will go back to my program, see how the program is working, and the lines which need any sort of amendments, any sort of improvements, I'll amend those lines and will rerun the program to see, is it working properly or not? If not working properly, fine, I'm okay. If still it's not giving me the desired result, so I will again revisit my program. I will again see what is the problem in the program, and then I'll move back and then test the program with some more test data. Remember, we keep on testing the program by putting in more and more different types of data to see how my program will function, how my program will respond. And once my program is responding accurately, I'll stop and I'll definitely be moving on to the other stages. I hope that it's very much clear. By the way, the ones who have studied, there is one more topic in your paper one that deals with programming languages, the IDE features, and this is already uploaded. So what you can do is, apart from watching the video for structure charts and flow charts and pseudocode writing, a lot of videos of pseudocode writing are there. And then you can also watch the video of test data, data types, and the programming language. Like, for example, the different translators, the different types of languages that you need to be aware of, and the test and the data types also. So translators also, so a lot of stuff is there. You can watch it for your own selves. That is going to make the concept much clearer. Now, the last is my maintenance. What is maintenance? Don't we hear this term maintenance quite often in our real life also? Like maintenance charges, fine. Maintenance charges paid by our parents, correct, Ali? For the building, fine. Maintenance of the different, I can say, machines. We do need to maintain the machines. Your father must be taking the car at regular intervals to the mechanic or maybe to the person, so that he is going to see that whether it's needing any maintenance or not. So maintenance is actually something that is that should be a part and parcel of our daily chores also. Now, what do we mean by maintenance here? Once you have designed the program, you have given it to the managers, fine. What may happen is now they will be there to actually use the program. So once they are using the program, maybe you was happy, you had taken all the steps, you had checked all the possible options, but still the program is going to be checked by the actual people, and you can say they will be the ones who will be talking about maybe if they need any amendments, or maybe there is you can say they need some in future also. They may go for some improvements in the coding, or maybe some improvements in other stuff also. So then this maintenance process is a continuous process. So what you do is, now being a program developer, being a person who is given the charge of taking care of an organization's can say problems, you will not be leaving them in the middle. If you think that they should be given some time frame, you can just still be with them. Once they are happy with all the program, then if they need any amendments, if they need any corrections, then you will be definitely there to listen to them and solve the problem. And once they're happy, then they can say, fine, Allah Hafiz, we are going to meet maybe in future also. They can approach you. They can say, fine, now we are okay with whatever you have worked on, but maybe after a few years, or maybe after a year or two, they may contact you once again, and they may say, fine, we are going to work on some more modules. We want some more amendments. Then you should be having this courtesy to help them out as well. So I hope that all the 5 stages, analysis, design, coding, testing, and maintenance are clear. By the way, we can make a shortcut as well. A, analysis, D, design, C, coding, T, testing, M, maintenance. Are we all clear? Are we clear with everything? Okay, now. Sorry, I'm sorry. Now, Jazakallah khairan kaseera. If you have liked my video, then please subscribe my channel and share the channel videos with your friends and family. And please don't forget to click on subscribe and the bell icons, that you keep on getting the updates of the videos as soon as they are uploaded. Allah Hafiz. Take very good care of yourself and your family, and remember me in your prayers. Allah Hafiz.